Now that the dust is kind of settling on Thursday night's January 6th Select Committee hearing, let's take a look at one of the more, I don't want to say outrageous because I do believe it, but just one of the more intriguing revelations from that evening. One of the things that Liz Chaney said was that multiple Republican members of Congress, according to what they have, the committee's evidence, had asked Donald Trump for pardons before he left office for their role in trying to overturn the 2020 presidential election. And one of those people happens to be Republican Congressman Scott Perry, who, of course, now heads the House Freedom Caucus. Perry explicitly was named by Liz Chaney. The rest of them were not. So we don't know yet who these other Republicans who begged Donald Trump for pardons could be. But here's the thing. There's something called consciousness of guilt. And if you're asking for a pardon, even before you've been accused of a crime, that is consciousness of guilt, you know. I mean, I would assume, my personal opinion, that is consciousness of guilt, right? We can't, of course, accuse people of things if they have not been convicted or whatever. But it does, of course, tell us that these people understood to a degree that what they did was likely illegal. And they wanted Donald Trump to give them these pardons, which, as the Supreme Court says, acceptance of a pardon is an admission of guilt, so that they wouldn't get in trouble in the future. So this tells us several things. First and foremost, that we need to know the other names, and I'm sure the committee is probably going to tell us who these other people are in forthcoming televised hearings, the next which is on Monday morning. So there's that. And then, of course, the other thing is we need to know why they're not being prosecuted yet. I mean, if you sought a pardon, clearly you thought at least something you did was illegal, so I would think the DOJ, Merrick Garland, needs to get on top of that. The third most important thing is that if Donald Trump ever gets back in office, he's going to pardon each and every one of these people immediately. It would likely, I imagine, be one of his first moves if he becomes president of the United States again. So that's another thing that we have to consider in this nonstop fight against Trump and Trumpism that is happening in America today. We have to make sure this guy doesn't get back in, because he'll pardon every one of these people, whether it's the Capitol rioters themselves, whether it's the people who helped him attempt to overturn the election. Everybody's going to get pardons on the second time around. You know, Trump had already teased, by the way, doing pardons for the Capitol rioters themselves before he left office. Ultimately, he didn't do it. And that actually really pissed off a lot of the people that participated in the Capitol riot. They've gone to court claiming he's abandoned us. Oh, no. But if he comes back, he's not going to waste any time. He's going to make sure that everybody that participated in his coup, whether it was the insurrection itself or, of course, the attempted coup to overturn the election, he's going to make sure these people are legally protected with presidential pardons. So it's not going to affect them politically. It's not going to hurt them running for office again. It's not going to send anybody to jail. And the reason I say that is because in the event, right, in the event we do end up with charges against some of these Republican members of Congress, by the time it goes to trial, we'll probably be smack in the middle of the 2024 presidential election. And I know that's weird to think, but first you got to have the charges. You're going to have, lengthy trials. You're going to have delays. You could end up having appeals, whatever it is. They wouldn't have to spend much time in prison if they are convicted. So Trump would be able to swoop in, save them, and they get off. That's what we have to avoid. I mean, that's just one of many reasons, millions of reasons probably, to keep Donald Trump out of office again. But it's definitely something after Liz Chaney's revelations on Thursday evening that we need to keep in mind. Hey everyone, this is Aspen. And did you know that for the low cost of $0 per day, you can subscribe to the Fair and Balanced YouTube channel? We also encourage you to like, comment, and share. But again, click that subscribe button and help Aspen not be so grumpy.